Well, let's talk about that a little bit. I know you lost your wife recently, and you're living in the home that where she had her sickness. And I don't know how deep we want to go into that, but you had to battle the grief of going through and watching this. And a lot of people will use the simplest of excuses to blow their fitness. This is a pretty serious one. How did you get through it?
Man, that is a that's a question. So one of the things that I was faced with, so we went to Mexico. We went and got her treated in Mexico. And if anybody ever deals with cancer, Oasis of Hope is an amazing cancer hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They treat the whole person. They don't just treat the symptoms. And but while I was there, I was faced with my own because you have to come. Somebody has to go with the
Right.
patient to be the caretaker because they don't have the nursing staff to be the caretaker. So you have to be the caretaker for your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized at the beginning of this that I needed to keep my fitness up so that I could take care of her. And
Which is what you preach to everybody
right,
else, right?
exactly, because you don't know. Like I did have some callous people when I got back, and they say, "Are you still going to stand on this hill about keeping yourself, healthy? Because look, your wife was healthy, and look what happened to her." And I'm like, "Yeah, she was healthy, and that's why she got 3 more years. If you get it,
Mm-hmm.
if you start battling cancer, you're going to be dead tomorrow." So there's some there's some respects of having a good immune system, and so I did a talk. I have it on my YouTube channel, Tricon Fitness. I did a talk of fitness and cancer, and I did specifically talk to the caretakers about taking care of your health, and because you got somebody else you got to think about there. You're not doing it for yourself; you're doing it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
And
other
the
thing
shame is, don't wait till somebody's dying of cancer to get on this project. How about that?
right. I mean, it's well, ultimately, I train men, and one of the things that I always say is, your kids are going to. Hey, I know that society's trying to downplay the role of father, and they make. I was growing up, and it was Leave It to Beaver, and they always went
Right.
to their dad, and it was Father Knows Best and stuff like that. And some of those were reruns when by the time I was a teenager, but there was still and Married with Children was coming out, so there was the start of the buffoon, the
Yeah.
overweight buffoon who doesn't know anything, and the end of the dad who knew, like he had all the answers. And these men were always in shape. They didn't look overweight. If you go back and look at these shows, and that was the image.
Mm-hmm.
And dad, I mean, we get our last names from our fathers. We look to dad as we're growing up. Dad, look. You don't really hear too many kids saying, "Mom, look." No,
Mm-hmm.
it's dad, look, because we're trying to get validation from dad because he's the one who I got my name from. He's the one who's going to tell me if I'm doing this right, especially for young males. And 93% of males will follow what their dad did. So,
I'm doing it right now. You're basically sitting here talking to him. Tell you the truth. Yeah.
yeah. As a matter of fact, my dad he was a pretty physically fit guy growing up. I always remembered him going to the gym and stuff like that. I was not. I did not get into health until later on in life. I did what the army made me do, but other than that, I smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I was extremely unhealthy.
Hmm.
Um, and then I quit smoking at 30, and I got my personal training certification in 31, and I did not stop from that. From then on, it was just straight up fitness and getting myself healthy. So I did go back to doing what I saw my father do. So
So it's not too late for people.
no, it's never too late. There's all kinds of stories. I started training a woman who was a type 2 diabetic back when I did train women. She was a type 2 diabetic at the age of 12,
Wow.
and she didn't start training until she was in her 60s. And after 2 years of training her, she became a trainer herself.